So if you're releasing music to iTunes, no one uses iTunes, to Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, Amazon, wherever, getting your master done right is a really important thing. It is the Final Touch Mastering Suite from Positive Grid. Yes, it hasn't been updated in a while, but it really doesn't have to be. It's a bit like GarageBand. It kind of already does everything. So what is Final Touch by Positive Grid? It is a mastering suite, and it has, the reason I love it is that you can use this in the simplest possible way by tapping a preset here and loading in something. So you come in here and you go genre based and you go, oh, I'm doing a bit of a country rock song. You tap that on there and it dials in all of the different settings. It does your EQ and your reverb, your dynamics and your stereo imaging and your limiting, and then you can just go with it. It has everything you need in there. Or, as I've done here, you can make your own presets. So I have a preset here for my album, Selfish Aware, and say I just threw this one on here. So the song Summer that I did in there, this is what I used for that. So I now know if I do another song, like a ballady song with guitars, similar to Summer, I can come in here and load these in. Now again, we have no time to go into all of these, but from left to right, you have an EQ, you have a reverb, you have dynamics, which is a multi-band compressor. Again, multi-band compression, super cool. It means you can compress just the bass, just the mids, just the trebles separately rather than compressing your whole mix. It's really handy. You've got a stereo imager if you want a bit more width in your song when you're finishing it up. You've got a post EQ. So if you make a bunch of changes and then you're like, oh, now the treble's just a bit harsh, you can EQ it there. And you've got a maximizer, which is your limiter at the end. So that is what adds that bit of pumping, not pumping, you don't want pumping. That's what pops your song up to that next level so that you can make it radio ready, yeah? So that's where you can actually get the sound that is going to be able to be released. So if you're releasing music to iTunes, no one uses iTunes, to Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, Amazon, wherever, getting your master done right is a really important thing. So if we come in here, just to give you an idea, if we turn off all of this stuff and we play my song here, this is my song called Perfect. Tick it along. We turn on the mastering.
But I know this for sure. This ain't a dress rehearsal.
Right?
So don't wait to see the sign. Life doesn't have to be perfect, to be wonderful.
Now keep in mind that this volume makes a difference. So you're hearing it softer and then you're hearing it. So you can see over here on your metering, and this has really good metering, by the way. You're able to see your RMS peak levels there of your metering. So it does make a big difference with the volume of it. But being able to have all those bits in there, your pre-EQ, your dynamics and everything else, it really does make a difference. And just to give you an idea, say we wanted to make the stereo image of this one a bit more. If we hit play.
Life doesn't have to be perfect, to be...
Did you hear that? That's how easy it can be to do things the wrong way. So, but here's a good thing. You've got the ability to update your input and your output gain. So it started doing that because I added in one too many things, and this is where you have to be super careful. The one thing about mastering is do no harm. So you don't want it to be worse than it was when you started, but let's just bring this down a bit and bring it back up in.
Wonderful, they say, but sometimes...
Yeah, it's definitely too overloaded for a stereo imager. So we would remove that and you won't have that in there. But yeah, a really good app. And if you've got your music, so say you're recording your music well, you're mixing your music well, and then you're putting your music out there and you just think, like, this is what I went through. When I first started using Final Touch, I was like, why is it that I play a Foo Fighters song and then I play my song and then I play a Chili Peppers song and mine just sticks out like a sore thumb? It just doesn't have that fullness, and it doesn't have what I call a competitive volume. You don't have to crush it, but you do need to pull your volume up so that when you are playing your song, someone's playing a Spotify playlist and your song comes on, it doesn't sound completely out of it. That's what Final Touch does.